Okay. It's not the bobby pin. It's the actual ear that needs to be stabilized because this is very Rue. Also, I know it's way too dark for Arthur, but I need to stand up like this. I don't know how to do that. We're back. I went to Dollarama and got super glue and different little clips. Let's see if this, not super glue, a hot glue gun. Did you know you could get a hot glue gun at Dollarama? I did not. Let's try these.
Love, you're in front of the camera. Yeah, thank you. Okay, please work, please work, please work, don't break. Sort of. Okay, it's still kind of heavy, but I think I might be able to MacGyver something. And she's in the sink. Because of course she is. Right, so one immediately broke. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. The hot glue gun does not want to stick to the clip or the felt. If I only had super glue. They didn't have any at Dollarama. I'm losing my shit. Anyways. Do you have any tips or tricks? My little Halloween decoration, what do you got on your face? Smeebs. Okay, I fix. Hello, my name is Arthur. They're still way too dark, but you know what? It works. See? Life is more fun when you've got a library card. I missed one. So I ended up getting, also I should have started the fucking vlog. Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. Hi, I'm Arthur for Halloween. This has been in the works since September because I got this yellow pullover on Poshmark and then it got trapped almost in the Canada Post strike and the person ended up sending it via Purolator, thank God. Found this not white button down. I know he wears a white one. I couldn't find one at the thrift store, so this one's fine. And I made the ears myself. And that last ditch effort worked. So yay! I love this. And I got these as an emergency backup if all else failed, because it would just work. It would just have to. But this one is obsessed with them. She keeps like fighting it. Look at this thing. She says, Mom, this is my toy now, thank you. Because it's soft. She thinks it's her mortal enemy. Oh, now she's wearing it. Oh. Anyways, happy Halloween. I am sweating, but I'm really happy that this turned out. I am happy. I think I love the way this looks. And I can repurpose these as Rue next year.
Have you seen my hat? No. Why are you asking me? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any hats anywhere. I would not steal a hat. Don't ask me any more questions. Okay. Thank you anyway.
TV's been off for more than a half hour now. You're so sweet. Oh, it's bedtime. Yeah, too tired. Oh no. Hello, friends. Happy Saturday. I am here sitting on my couch. It's 7 p.m. and it's dark as fuck outside. I have leftover Chinese food. I say leftover twice because it's from Wednesday. Lo mein, and I added peas to it because I was like, there's no veg in here anymore. So, hello! Halloween was lovely last night. It was a very low-key chill night. We love it. I was very happy with my costume, except for the fact that Arthur's ears are too brown. But I think next year I can probably reuse them and be Roo from Winnie the Pooh, because they are the perfect color for Roo from Winnie the Pooh. So you know what? Great. And today I ended up finishing a book, which is a great way to start November. Happy November 1st, my friends. I finished All of Us Murderers by KJ Charles, and I liked this. I am filming a TBR episode right now, so I am going to save my thoughts, which I have just expunged on, for that said video. I just wanted to say that I did finish this and I liked it. I think it's not a perfect book. The pacing was a little whack, and I do wish it had been more gothic-y, and I love when a haunted house book is actually like the house is a character kind of, and that did not happen in here. It was very clearly not a haunted house from pretty much the get-go, I would say, because like the main character didn't believe in ghosts, even though they were scared, or he was scared in some points. Like, it's pretty clear that they're just being fucked with by someone in the house. It's not like a haunted house situation, you know? So I love when haunted house situations have a house that's creepy and genuinely like a character of its own. And this did not have that. So like, I wish it was more gothic. I wish it was more atmospheric, but I did enjoy the story, even though the pacing was a little whack. The story was great. The romance was very good. Sexy, we love it. Gay, we love it. And historical, which is always very fun. And I'm glad I read this because I did like it. So yay. And I am planning on, once I'm done dinner and I'm going to watch something else, I am going to write, because it is November and I have officially 2 months left to get a draft done for Far Horizons Book 1. And if I want to write a 110,000 word novel, which is what I'm aiming for this one to be, I need to write another 100,000 words. And I have 2 months to do that. So thinking of that, I'm basically doing NaNoWriMo twice. And that seems like a lot. But it seems like a lot, and I don't know if that's going to be the end of the story. But I think I can do it without trying to push myself, even though it might not be the full story. Who's to say? Anyways, I just wanted to pop in and say hey. Freya's somewhere. She was here a second ago, and then she decided to leave me. And I look like a thumb because I need to wash my hair. And I didn't want to today, so that's tomorrow's job. And I finished a book today, which is always so lovely and nice and wonderful. Anyways, I'm gonna eat my Chinese food, and I think I'm gonna get to writing. I think that's the next thing. Ooh, also, I listened to Florence's new album, and I fucking love it. I think I need to listen to it more. I haven't had the chance to actually let myself listen to the later songs in the album, because obviously I've listened to Everybody Scream, One of the Greats, and Sympathy Magic constantly. I need to listen to past those ones more, because even when I go to listen to the album, I'm driving for 10-15 minutes, so I only get the first few songs. Anyway, so I need to listen to it more, but I really, really enjoy this one. Sonically, I think it's absolutely fucking gorgeous. Lyrically, it's stunning. Florence is just, she's doing so much, and it's so good. Spooky Florence is back on some of the songs. A couple of my friends have listened to it who are big Florence fans and have been for a long time, which I'm only more of a recent Florence fan. So I'm only familiar with Dance Fever and maybe Dog Days, the song, because everyone was familiar with Dog Days, right? And I really, really, really love Lungs, the album, when the live version of it that she did at BBC Proms. So I'm okay, I really like her music, but I like this sound from Florence so much because this is the kind of sound that I like from music. And I've tried to listen to Florence's regular album of Lungs, her very first album, and I can only really listen to Dog Days because the rest of the songs, she sounds drunk on the songs. She's slurring. She has very little enunciation. She's pitchy. She just does whatever with her voice. It's not polished in a way that she sounds now. When she's singing live, I'm just oh, this is wonderful. I love listening to her live. She's so much more crisp. She's so much more I don't know what she's doing with her voice. It just works really well on some of the songs. So I think I'm gonna have to just leave Lungs to the wayside and just try the other albums and see, because I don't think I've ever actually listened to any of her other albums, because I've listened to, she has 6 studio albums. I was listening to an interview today. I love listening to her talk. It's fantastic. She said 6 studio albums, which is nuts because I've only really in my head know of Lungs, Dance Fever, and this one. So, and then my friend Hannah and Samuel really like Ceremonials, and I think she said Dance Fever as well. So I need to go listen to Ceremonials, and High as Hope, I think, is another one. So I don't know what the other ones are. I have to go like look and see and find the other ones. But yeah, I need to do an exploration of Florence music because she's wonderful and amazing. I love what she does musically, and lyrically it's just so stunning. I think just the older albums like Lungs, she was dealing with substance abuse at the time, and I'm wondering if that just leaked through into her music as well, because I cannot listen to Lungs. Like, I listened to Rabbit Heart, I listened to the first few songs in that album, and I'm just like, I physically can't. I can listen to Dog Days, that one's wonderful, but the other ones, she doesn't sound coherent, and I'm like, holy shit, was she like drunk as fuck when she was recording these? Because it sounds like she is, and I just can't. I much prefer her sound now, like knowing what she can do with Dance Fever and Everybody Scream. She's so wonderful musically, and I'm so glad that she did release Lungs with BBC Proms with the 10-year anniversary, because then I get to hear the songs as like she sings them live. She's so good live, and I love some of those songs so much, so it's nice to actually be able to listen to them in that context rather than have a really hard time listening to them on the original album. I don't know, music corner with Jen. Anyways, I'm gonna eat my now almost cold Chinese food. Might have to heat it up again. That's okay. Watch something on TV for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get into writing Sage's story. I'm gonna see how many thousands of words I can crank out today. I would like to get as much done as I can. Every time I do a writing session, that is my goal, just to get as much done as I can before I burn out or anything. So I'm gonna lock in with my headphones and just go for it. Write all the things. So yeah, my weekend's been good so far. How was your Halloween? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if you dressed up or if you just stayed home and watched movies and stayed inside, because that's also very cozy and lovely. And I would have done that if I did not go to my friends last night. So, and that's what I'm doing now. Just staying cozy at home because I don't want to go anywhere. Is this your mousey? Is this your mousey? Is this your baby? Oh. Is this your little baby, huh? Found him under the dryer today? But now he's safe and sound outside of the dryer. Yeah. Look at you, beautiful girl. No. What's up? You like all the yarns? Oh, you want a chinny? Oh, my little baby. Please bask in the wonder of my absolutely atrociously failed sourdough. I'm gonna bake it anyways. We're gonna see what happens to this little puck of dough. Evidently my starter was not ready to use, but I had fun today trying to make this work. I don't even care. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna do the cold proofing and all that bullshit. But hey, fun fact, I've been doing a sourdough attempt. Her name is Dozy Darling, and she's in here. Dozy Darling. But yeah, because this is the warmest spot in my house right now, because it has the light on underneath it. Currently preheating my Dutch oven, and we're gonna cook this puck. The puck. Oh well. I have decided, sorry for all the noise, oh my god. I've decided to do an experiment with math that I saw some sourdough baker do on TikTok. So this is a 1 to 3 to 3 with 10 grams of starter, and this is a 1 to 3 to 3 with 20 grams of starter. And we're gonna see which one works better. I don't know. It's fun. We're gonna let this cool, and we're gonna cut into it, and we're gonna see if it tastes good. It's gonna be a puck on the inside, so whatever. Sourdough verdict.
gummy and bad. I knew that was gonna happen. So I am conducting those experiments with my starter, and we will try again later this week. Hopefully I can build some strength in my starter. Alas, it's all an experiment. Wonderful. Also, hi friends, happy Sunday. I'm popping in with no reading news. I have done nothing today. I haven't even done any writing today. Fuck. I wanted to do my own NaNoWriMo for the next 2 months, but I didn't write anything today. And I'm not in the writing mood, so that's okay. I got 1,800 words down in Sage's story yesterday, so we are now sitting at 12,000 words in that project. So onwards and upwards. I'm just in like a very chill mood. Tried to bake today. It was fun. Lots of trial and error. Lots of error. Lots of trials. But yeah, I didn't get any reading done today, any writing done. I've done like nothing today except for wash my hair, try to bake some sourdough, make some soup that was really fucking good. The soup was great. Went grocery shopping for said soup. We love. And also treated myself to some more yarn. Because of course I did. Of course I did. It is now midnight. I have to change my clock because it says 1 a.m. Because, you know, daylight savings time, that's what it's called. It is officially like there. Sure. All right, clock has been changed. It's the last clock in my house that I need to change anyway, because it's the only analog clock that I have. Yay. I hate daylight savings. I hate it so much. Even though we gained an hour, it's dark by 5, and I don't like that. It's like, welcome to winter. Here, have some terrible, terrible light. 5 fucking p.m. I don't like it. Anyways, yeah, I have like nothing to update you guys on because I did nothing. I did no reading today. I'm gonna make myself a bowl of cereal and sit down and watch more of Gab, I think. Maybe I'll pick up a book and do like a little reading. I might start the Julie Leong book because I really want to read that. Or maybe I'll do some writing. I don't know. It's only midnight. I am tired, so I'm not gonna stay up super late. In my world, super late. Because you guys know I function as an owl, you know? I work best at these hours of the day. And it is just kind of the vibe, you know? The vibe, the passions, the interest. Yeah. I have like nothing to talk about this weekend, which is crazy because I'm not reading anything right now. Ooh, I could do like a TBR for November. I think that would be interesting. Let me kind of look here. See. I'll get back to you in a second. Okay. Here are some options in this terrible angle. 2 that I definitely know I want to read and finish. The Jasad Crown by Sarah Hashem. Would love to read this and finish this because I'm 80 pages in and then wrap up that series. I'd also love to read The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Suri because I am technically 41% of the way through the arc of this, so I just need to crack into the last half of this. But watch me just reread the entire thing with the audiobook. At this point, I would love to read and finish The Bound Worlds by Megan E. O'Keefe, fucking finally, so I can wrap this series up. And I also have this series on my TBR, which is The Surviving Sky by Critical Route, this entire trilogy. I would love to reread book 1 because I really, really enjoyed book 1 last year when I read it really early in the year. And then I would like to get to book 2 and book 3 and wrap up this trilogy as I usually do. If you guys want me to do a series video for that, let me know. I also have this bad boy that I really need to actually commit to and finish, even though I got scared. 82 pages in, because this is book 5. So this is The Dark Mirror by Samantha Shannon. Would love to actually commit to that and finish that. And then I have another romantasy, which is A Feather So Black by Lyra Celine. This is definitely one that I'm itching to get to. I don't know, it feels like something I definitely want to read in November. Oh, speaking of definitely want to read in November, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil I didn't grab from my shelf. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I also have some library potentials, which you've probably seen in a couple of vlogs. I have Crowwinter by Karen McBride, an Indigenous book, which is full of spirit, love, mystery, and good medicine, which is blurbed by Katharina Vermette. Winnipeg's own Katharina Vermette. We love her very dearly here in Winnipeg. I also have Unseelie by Ivelisse Hausman, which is definitely something that I want to get to like very, very, very soon because I don't know why I'm itching for this one. Could be interesting to see if that YA fantasy does anything for me. And then we also have Black Salt Queen by Samantha Bansil, which I've had out of the library for so fucking long, but I've heard wonderful things about this. This is a bindery book out of the imprint of Violeteer Books. I would really like to read this. I've heard
wonderful things about this fantasy. And then I also have Love is a War Song by Danica Nava if I'm interested in a romance, which, as you guys know, is very, 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 very seldom. But yeah, those are my library choices. I also have The Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. I have A Sorcerer of Small Magics by Maiga Ducey that is technically due back at the library. It's overdue. I'll get it back at some point. But yeah, those are the options for November that I'm kind of leaning toward. I have so many other ones, like other just options and vibes on the TBR mantle over there, if you will. I'm very excited to kind of dabble in them. I have plans for specific TBR escapades in the TBR side quests that I'm going to be doing, which are the like specific reading down my TBR videos that are happening. I'm hoping to have one of them up this Friday already, so fingers crossed that happens. But I'm excited. Yeah, I think November is going to be an interesting month. November and December are very chill for me usually. Usually in December I try to read like make sure that I don't have any like stragglers coming in. So I do have like a number of books that I've started reading that are sitting on that mantle. One of them was Dark Mirror that I should probably get to and finish. But yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm hitting all my goals, reading diversely, reading interesting things that I want to be reading, and seeing where things go. I have so many different things. I'm so behind on my arcs and I've totally just like threw them out the window, and that's okay. It's fine. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening in November. But yeah, that is the TBR for said month. Oh, and also, I guess, A Keeper of Magical Things, because I want to read this one next. So there is that. But yes, lots of possibilities to read this month. Very excited. And also just forever, just to read forever. Tell me down below what you are planning on reading in November, and if you've started anything this month already, and if you're liking it. I'd love to know. I'm gonna go make that bowl of cereal that I promised myself and just hang out for a little bit, and I'll catch you tomorrow for Monday. But yeah, what a chill weekend. I have done very, very little this weekend, my friends, and it's so nice.
What? Do you like your cat TV? Hey Goose, do you like your cat TV? Yeah. What do you think? Oh, baby. Look at you. What are you doing on the books, baby? Oh my.
Hello everyone. Happy Monday. Just can't get over it. Just perch it on the books. It's so freaking cute. It's officially technically Tuesday, because what's new? It's 1 a.m. Wonderful. Hey, today was fine. Today was it was just an okay day. It's Monday. It's Monday. I had a good day teaching. It's officially November, so of course that means Christmas songs for my kids, which most of them were very excited about. My last kid learned 3 songs in the process of our whole lesson, which was a little crazy. He's a very, very good learner, and he just zooms through songs. And of course, the Christmas songs are a little bit easier in our books, so we just were cracking through them. And they were actually like vaguely new to me, like not the actual tune. I have been playing Jingle Bells since I was 5 years old. I could tell you the finger numbers of that song easier than I could tell you the lyrics of that song because I've been singing 333 333 351 23 my entire fucking life at this point. But they changed up the Christmas songs in the book that I'm working on with this kid. They like updated the book. They didn't like update it in the way that they should have. They should have gotten the teacher's input of like what songs are popular because they kind of just took out all the popular songs and went back to like what they know, I guess. So there's a lot of Coldplay in there. Which is fine for the kid who likes Coldplay. But for the other kids, there's not really that much they can find. But I had a good time today learning Christmas songs. And
The Christmas songs, I think what's changed in the ones that they've done in the book now are they're formatted a little different. So they look tighter on the page, and they've made a lot of 2-pagers 1 page so that it's a lot tighter and quicker and easier, and they can fit more songs. And also they transpose a number of songs into different keys. So instead of being in D major, which is what I'm used to, a lot of the Christmas songs being in, it's in G major now. And I was like, ooh, what's happening? What's happening? Everything's different. The key, what? So when you've been teaching the same songs for 14 years in the same keys, it's fun to have a little bit of a change up. So it was fun for me today. I was playing through a bunch of them for one of my kids, and then in literally 20 minutes, he learned 3 of the songs. So he's a crazy quick learner. It's very fun. Anyways, so I just wanted to pop in and officially close out this vlog. This is an incredibly short vlog because I just have, I guess, nothing going on this weekend. Halloween was lovely. I dressed up as Arthur. It was very fun. Saturday, I ended up reading a book in its entirety. I read All of Us Murderers by KJ Charles, which I did enjoy. I ended up running it through Cop Out today. I gave it 3.5 stars, which is lovely. I actually spent a chunk of today like updating all my journals and everything like that because it is the end of October, beginning of November. So doing all the switchovers of all the stats and all that stuff. Because sometimes, especially at the end of the year, I fall behind in a lot of that stuff. Like I have a 1-line-a-day journal. I have not really touched it since the beginning of October. So I should really go, there's some days in September too. So I should really go and like actually do those, which is hard for me because I don't remember what I've done every day. And a lot of days are the same every day. So it's like trying to find little things that are like, I could talk about, you know, I don't know. I could talk about my sourdough escapades, I guess. Speaking of sourdough, if you wanted an update, I tried the experiments on the tinier starter and the slightly larger starter. And the slightly larger starter is working better, and it's like growing and peaking really nicely, which is awesome. So I'm going to let it peak for a number of days, and then I'm going to try later this week. I'm thinking Thursday or Friday. I'm going to try bake again, which I'm going to do like the full throttle, like get up, mix the dough, do the 30-minute increment stretch and folds, and then let it sit for fucking ever, and then shape it, and then cold proof it in the fridge, and then bake it on Friday or something. Like I'm going to do that, maybe even do that on Friday and then bake it on Saturday so that I have a loaf on Saturday. I'm going to figure it out. But yeah, I'm going to do the thing. But I've been having a lot of fun with the starters and like trying to figure out how to properly discard and clean everything, because holy shit, flour and water is concrete. I saw a lady, like the lady that I originally was basing my starter off of and like following her starter videos on TikTok, like she said cold water is the best for anything, because like cleaning any of your tools, because it helps like dissolve the flour and water rather than like making it more cohesive like hot water will. But I find like cold water, just you can't get some of the gunk out. So I'm just like, well, shit. And then when I put my like discard in the trash, then my trash smells really sour after a while because it's hot under my sink. So it just like, it makes it more fragrant, and then suddenly that's all I can smell in my kitchen. And so I need to get, so today I decided to switch up my jars that I was using. I'm now using a lot of my like iced coffee jars because I don't have any other jars. So I think I got to get some Weck jars, or like I got to get specifically sourdough jars, because the jar that I picked out is a stupid jar that I picked out because it's got like beautiful like little ridges along the sides. I felt on the inside to see if it was like a smooth jar, because I knew sourdough, like it gets in ridges and it's really hard to clean. And like the top part of the jar on the inside is smooth. It's not ridged. The bottom part of the fucking jar has little ridges and the sourdough just gets in there. It's a beautiful jar. I love using it. And so I ended up swapping it all out today. And then I'm using that as my discard jar until I get like something else that I can discard my discard in. And I also know you can do discard recipes. So I might want to also try some discard recipes, because I think my discard is okay to be using now, because I like my sourdough starter has been rising regularly. I don't know. We'll try it. So yeah, we're gonna continue the sourdough escapades. I'm excited about it. I love picking up hobbies. I was talking to my friend Alexander about this the other day. I think because he's picked up on a hobby that he used to do way back in the day, and he's talking to me about it and all this kind of stuff. And I picked up knitting last Christmas, and then I retaught it to myself recently so that I'm doing all this knitting, and I'm picked up like fiber arts. We're getting to Christmas season soon. I want to be making so many things and picking up these hobbies. Like I just want to show up one day with bread. I want to be that person. I just want to show up with bread one day to my parents, to my friends, all this kind of stuff. So like I haven't actually told most of my friends. You're going to figure this out through this video, I guess. My friends like Sophia and Hannah, I know they watch my videos all the time. Maybe even Sophie this time, because Halloween's in here. But yeah, I'm on a sourdough journey. So for the longest time, I've just been like, no, I don't want to do sourdough. I want to like, maybe, like, I'd love to learn how to make bread, but like never sourdough. That's so involved. And here I am, involved. I think my TikTok feed was just like, hey, bestie, you need a new hobby. Like, you need something else to occupy your mind that isn't just creative, isn't just like work and writing and all this kind of stuff and reading and whatever. It's like a very mindless, kind of therapeutic activity. Mindless, I say, having to do math every time I feed my starter. It's very basic math. It's just like however many grams of starter that I put in a new jar, because I have my little kitchen scale. I aim for 20 grams, and if it's most of the time like 21 or 22 grams. So that I times that by 3, and that's how many grams of flour and water I add to the starter. So it's a 1 to 3 to 3 ratio. And I'm trying the 1 to 3 to 3 ratio right now to see how it like progresses my starter. It also depends on like how warm your place is, how humid your place is. So I'm trying the 1 to 3 to 3 to see if that's a good strength for my starter. I feel like 1 to 2 to 2 might even be better. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow I'll start a 1 to 2 to 2 and see if that works. But I did get rid of my little starter today, and I just went to my full like 1 jar starter. We're sticking with Dozy Darling, and we're going to just see what happens with her. And we're going to see what kind of bread she ends up making. And I really would love to make like cookies and cinnamon rolls and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not just in it for the bread, even though bread is my favorite thing in the world. We are in it for the goodies that come with the discard, because you can make discard recipes, and I'm all here for that. Anyways, so that's my little journey. I just wanted to I've been doing it for like more than 10 days. I just never really mentioned it because I wanted to see if I could actually get something out of it before I really mentioned it. But, you know, I thought it'd be kind of fun to document. I should have documented more of my failure on Saturday. Like, every time I tried to do the stretch and folds, and it was like playing with literal sticky glue every time. It was a lot of fun. Every time I went to knead that dough, I kneaded for 10 minutes because it was just so sticky. And that's what the internet told me to do. Like, you have a really hydrated dough, you knead the fuck out of it to make it more manageable. And each time I did that, it did not work. So it was my ineptitude in my starter. And I think before I start and do another bread, try another loaf, I am going to get proper bread flour, because I have just like regular all-purpose flour right now. I think I'm going to try get bread flour to bake with to see if that helps texture and stuff like that, because I know bread flour has more protein, and that helps with like elasticity and stuff like that. So the things you learn when you are on sourdough TikTok. I have a cryptid at the end of the hallway. What you doing, Goose? Huh? What you doing? Cryptid. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Oh, today I also got like 20 pages in of The Keeper of Magical Things, because one of my students didn't come today, so I had 30 minutes to read. So I read exactly 2 chapters. I'm on page 26. Just started chapter 3. And I can already tell you right now, I'm loving this. I'm loving this a lot. I'm loving the vibe. I love it even more than I say I love it even more than her first one. I didn't love the first one. I liked the first one. And this one I'm already liking a lot more than the first one. And I'm only 2 chapters in, so I'm going to continue that. And then who knows what I'm going to end up reading next in my November escapades. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this weekend. I have been knitting up a storm. I have no finished projects to show you. I have a part of a toque that vanished. Here it is. I'm just surrounded by so many knitting projects because I got all this new yarn, and I was like, I just want to add it all to needles and start working with it, with all of it. So I have this toque that I'm working on, and I doubled up on white and then a light blue for the like ear band part. And that's basically done. I've like folded it just to keep it more reasonable. And now I'm working on like the head of it, like the crown. Is that what it's called? So I'm not working on the crown, but it is a lot thinner. So I have to like actually change my needle size. So I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll find out. It's fun. I'm going to learn how to do decreases with that one. And then tonight, I've been watching different things on YouTube. And then I moved over to watching H.T. Hayes' reaction to
Hosier's Wasteland Baby, which is on Patreon. So it's like a 3-hour long stream and I'm an hour and some minutes into it. So I love Hosier so much. I really hope that Troy does Everybody Scream with Florence, because I think he would have a really interesting time as a music producer talking about that album, because there's a lot of shit that Florence does with her producers on that album that is very interesting to me. So as somebody who knows nothing about music production but a lot about music, so it's very fun to like actually listen to that album. I love that album. I think my favorite songs, well, I know my favorite song is Sympathy Magic. That song has become Sage's song in my head and I'm so excited about that. It's such a, that song moves me like nothing else. And then other than that, I'm really liking The Old Religion and Music by Men. Very good. I also, You Could Have It All, guttural, feral, so good. And like the two middle songs, Buckle and Kraken, are my least favorite, but I still really enjoy them for what they are. I think Kraken, what really gets me on that one, I'm really disappointed by the chorus on that one because it feels like not powerful enough for what the song is setting up for. And Kraken could be so much creepier. Like, it is such a happy song and I'm just like, Bestie, you could have made this creepy. Why did you make it happy? And like the chorus like steps back every time. It doesn't go full force with the voice and the power that Florence is doing on the rest of the album. So I don't know what her choice was in that. It'd be really interesting to hear her talk about Kraken specifically. And I would really like to listen to people who are music producers like react to that one. I've been trying to find reactions to her album on YouTube and I found a couple, but like no one really talks about Kraken in that way. And there's a couple songs in this album that I'm like, the way she's singing is different from like her other music that she's done, her other albums. And it reminds, Freya's fucking running around in the background, I'm so sorry. The way that she sings in specific parts sounds like something else or someone else, and I cannot remember. And every time I get to those parts in the songs, I'm like, who is this reminding me of? And it's gonna drive me nuts until I find that, because it's like in the recesses of my brain somewhere. Anyways, so yeah, that was my weekend. Absolutely loving Everybody Scream. It was a really solid Halloween. I've eaten way too much candy and chocolate recently. I loved the soup that I made. Sourdough was a fail, but we were experimenting with starters. And I have been knitting a lot. And I read a 3.5 star and started a cozy book. What a weekend! This the app session at the end of this vlog has made the vlog my usual length, I'm pretty sure. So there we go, my friends. Anyways, beautiful friends, I love you very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading. A moment for the cryptid at the end of the hallway. What's the matter with you? You're like half laying down.